Here's Emma Raducanu coming out. She's So Lovely was the choice of walk-on music for Emma Raducanu, while Trouble by Taylor Swift was chosen for Sloane Stephens. We thought it was a bit unfair, Naomi.
Yeah, I don't know who's picked those, if they've purposely selected that part of the song as well. I thought it was quite funny.
Emma Raducanu advances in Eastbourne with commanding win over Sloane Stephens. Emma Raducanu has advanced to the second round of the Rothesay International in Eastbourne after a decisive straight sets victory over Sloane Stephens. Raducanu, a former U.S. Open champion, overcame an early deficit to win the first set 6-4.
She wins it by 6 games to 4.
And dominated the second set 6-0, much to the delight of the home crowd. Despite recent struggles with form and injuries, Raducanu expressed confidence ahead of the tournament, stating that she believes good things are 100% going to happen as she rekindles her passion for tennis. Next, she will face second seed Jessica Pegula, who received a bye in the first round. Additionally, Raducanu has received a wild card to compete at Wimbledon next month.
Yeah, center match, Raducanu. 2 sets to love, 6-4, 6-0.
Raducanu relishing her Eastbourne debut.
Through to the second round of the Rothesay International, Emma Raducanu.
The smile is back. She's enjoying tennis again. And it is wonderful to see her playing so well. 15 minutes it took her, and straight sets over Stephens, 6-4, 6-love.
But yeah, I just thought it was a very clinical performance. Yes, it was a bit mixed at the beginning with lots of breaks of serve and just looked like she was a little bit rusty and the forehand was breaking down a bit. But once she started to get in control of it, she was unstoppable.
My own pace. I love that.
Emma, many congratulations. Emphatic second set. It was tougher in the first set. What changed for you in that second set out here?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me it was a case of, in a way, adapting to the court. I've never played in Eastbourne, I've never played on this centre court, and every court plays a little bit differently, and I think that in the beginning I was just trying to figure out which is the best way for me to play and use my game, and I think it was a very close first set, and I was down quite a bit all the way through and managed to break, but it's very difficult because Sloane is super athletic, and in the first set especially she was making a lot of balls and yeah, just counter-punching really well. So yeah, it took a lot to try and hit through her, but I managed to figure it out in the second set.
You mentioned it's your first time on this centre court. How did you enjoy the atmosphere out here?
Yeah, I mean, thank you to everyone who came out and was supporting. I could really hear you guys and feel it. It's a lot bigger court than, you know, the centre court in Nottingham, so it's really nice to see so many people out here battling the heat, and I actually think it's worse for you guys sitting down in the heat than for us playing and sweating in it, so big props to you. But yeah, I really like it here. It's really nice, and the weather especially is beautiful, so I'm hoping to make the most of that. Yeah, I've heard.
So through to the second round, how will you prepare for tomorrow's match?
Yeah, I think the case is just recovering. I think I managed to figure out a little bit on how to play on these courts. You know, the balls get pretty heavy here, so it's a case of, you know, just keep trying to hit through, keep the ball speed up, and it's just about recovering physically and getting ready to go tomorrow.
We can't wait to see you again. Ladies and gentlemen, Emma Raducanu.
Found her feet, didn't she, as the match went on, and she just seems so much fresher and more relaxed.
She is looking very fresh indeed. Jogging over, Emma. We were just hearing that this is your first Eastbourne experience.
Yes.
You've got to be pleased with how that match went.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with how I managed to figure out the situations in the first set. It was difficult, and I don't think I was necessarily playing my best tennis either, and it's just about accepting that and not letting that, you know, ruin your entire match. And I think it was really important for me to figure out how to play against her, and these courts get the balls get very, very heavy and slow, so it was hard to try and hit through her, and if I was just playing middle, it doesn't really work on these courts. So yeah, I was just trying to move the ball around.
Harriet described the courts yesterday as being quite fresh compared to other grass courts that she's played on. You can see back behind the baseline, they're still perfect. They haven't been really played into yet. How does that affect the court? Does it play more like a hard court maybe as the week goes on and they harden up a bit?
Yeah, as the week goes on, it will for sure harden up, I think. I don't know, I think the grass affects the balls a little bit because they take a bit more of a beating and they get heavier and it's just harder to hit through. And I think that as the week goes on, hopefully like the baseline and the mid-court will harden up, because right now a lot of the balls are dying and you hit a great shot. Yeah, you hit a great shot and you know, they chip it back like middle of the service box, and actually here it's a very difficult shot to play, whereas on a hard court maybe it's like more straightforward. So I think you have to pay particularly attention to those, but it's just about figuring out the surface. It's the same for everyone.
Did you take much from the match that you've played against Sloane previously? That was at the Australian Open, obviously a different surface, and it was quite a flip-flop match. All three sets were really one-sided, but are you able to take anything tactically when it's a change of surface?
It was quite a while ago, and I think that both of us, you know, Sloane hadn't played for a long time either before that match, so I think this was a lot more realistic, I would say. I think I'm in a better position now to play compared to where I was, but to be honest, I couldn't really remember much of that. The last few years have been such a blur, so I'm just looking forward and moving forward.
And it's just great to see you back, looking fit, looking healthy. Any plans to watch the England game later, Emma?
Yeah, 100%. I'm there and I'm watching, so yeah, go England.
And Katie next. It's a huge day, isn't it, for British sport? Lovely to see you out here. Lovely to see you playing some great tennis, and we'll look forward to watching you in the second round. Congratulations, Emma. Off you go. Go and get in the shower. It's such a hot day out here today. She needs to go and refresh. Jessica Pegula next as well, the world number 5. So that's a big challenge, isn't it? I mean, she is looking, though, like she's playing some of her best tennis again, and that could be an absolute ding-dong.
She just seems fresh.